How you guys doing? This is a real talk conference, but I would like to know people I'm talking to so that I will know how to present what I have to say. I want to ask a few questions, and please just raise your hand if you fall accordingly. You are into real estate, like you started the business, like you are active. Please can you raise your hand, like you started real estate fully. You are into real estate. Please raise your hand. You are not into real estate. You are not into real estate. Please raise your hand if you are into real estate, like you've started. Okay, okay. You've made a sale before. You've made at least one sale, whether land or okay. You've sold long lease before. Okay, great, great, great. Please, the answer that I've sold long lease. Would you mind answering a question? Just one question. What do you think was the main reason your client bought the property? Like, what do you think was the main reason that was because of this thing this client bought? To increase his income. Yeah, she said it very well. So that's one of the major reasons why people do long lease to get income from the property. Now, long lease is simple, right? You own a property for a long period of time, sometimes 10 years, 20 years. I think the highest I've seen is 30. I've seen 30, but the most common one is 15. 15 is the most common. Every you say a lot of 15-year lease. So there are some 17, there are some 19, there are some 20. At Flinch Route, we mostly do 20-year lease. So now, why do people buy it? Right? Why do customers come and buy long lease instead of other real estate opportunities? I like to talk about a story of a guy. His name is John Doe. So John Doe lives in Nigeria and he makes about a million, 2 million a month, right? Now John could save half of his salary because with 500K you should be able to eat well, right? In Nigeria, you should eat well 500K a month. If you don't know where to eat 500, go to Chicken Republic. If you are eating in Chicken Republic, you definitely not spend above 500 a month. So you will not finish it exactly. So with 500K, you should live well. Maybe the only thing that will be expensive for you be your house and now transport. But sometimes you can check small, enter bus small, check small, enter bus small, so you can save some money. So if you make within 1 million to 2 million and you save half of it, so the guy making 1 million will save 500,000. The guy making 2 million will save about 1 million. So you save it for a year. The guy earning 1 million will have saved about 3 million, right? Like 3 million. 500K times 12. 6 million. While the other one will save 12 million. Exactly. Now the issue now is if you have 6 million, 6 million naira in Nigeria, what can you invest in? What are your options? Now your options are you do something like invest in crypto. If you are in this room, crypto did not do you something. You did not pass through 2020. 2020, 2021. Crypto did not eat your money. You are probably one of those people that have still not seen Game of Thrones too. You are one of those people that have not seen Game of Thrones or Money Heist. If you do not invest in crypto, I'm very sure you do not see Game of Thrones, you do not see Money Heist. So this person cannot put his money in crypto. Yes, 6 million can be invested there, but if he puts it there, it will be very challenging because when you have 6 million, you can't afford to lose it. See, investing is for rich people. That's just the truth. I get a lot of calls or texts. Bright, I've saved 200K. Where can I invest in? Go and buy a book. You need to read, study, go for classes so that you can earn more. That's the truth, right? There's another myth where you don't have money, you have like 200K, you are looking for 7 streams of income. Please sit down, get one first. You don't even have one stream, you are looking for 7. So investing is for rich people. Now, at the point where you are saving 6 million, you have money, but you are not rich. You can't afford to lose your 6 million naira investment. So you have to look for an investment where the odds of you losing it are very, very low. Another option is stock market. The problem with stock market is very similar to crypto. You can lose it. People who invest stock market is for very, very rich people. People that don't need the money. That stock market, you don't need the money, drop it there. After a while, you get your profits. It's for really rich people. Stock market. What other investments do you have? Farm, all this farm business. That one is like this. It's a lot of risk. Like he said, effort risky. It's very risky. The farm business. Then now there's one common one with people that have between 3 to 6 million. They mostly start a business. Yes. And they quickly logistics, you put bike, all those things, dispatch. They quickly learn that running a business is not the same thing as investing. It's a lot of my friend yesterday went to collect his bike finally. They showed him shege. For like 2 months now, he has not seen money from that bike. The man was with one, he gave him the second one. He said, move, let me move this bike from here to here. 1 month, that bike left here, it did not get to there. Where is my bike? Story. Where is my money? Story. Eventually, he went to collect it. The man was begging. People even do Uber. They give people cars to do Uber. The same thing. Story. The only place where you will get very secured investments that has very little story, there's still story, but very, very little story, is real estate. Real estate has been stable for hundreds and hundreds of years. So everybody have quickly found out that the best place to put your money is real estate. But now there's a challenge. You have 6 million or 12 million. What can you invest in? Your options in real estate with 6 to 12 million is land. And it's land in developing areas. You can't come to Yaba with 6 to 12 million and say you want to buy land. They will pursue you. Like, they will use stick. They will beat you. You come to Yaba, you want to buy 6 million land. If you see land of 6 million in Yaba, no, they don't want to dupe you. You duped yourself. Because you have the audacity to come with 6 million and say you want to buy land. You deserve to be duped. There are some stories of people that they dupe. You know that this one is your own fault. It's like somebody say, come, I have iPhone 14 for 100K. And you two, you go. I will not blame the person that duped you. You two, you're a thief. When someone told you 100K iPhone 14, you do not say, I don't want anything to do with this. You want to collect. You're a thief too. So your option has to be in developing areas. Now in Lagos, what is trending is Ekpe, Ibejuleki, even Ibejuleki now to see 12 million on the ad. That place, the prices has gone very up. But here's the thing with land, right? Here's the thing with land. Land doesn't do much for you until you sell it. So if you have land of 100 million and you have problem of 1 million, that land can't solve your problem of 1 million until you sell it. And which is a challenge because I can't count how many times, maybe almost every week, an average of once a week, someone texts me, I have a land in Ikorodu, I have a land in Ekpe, I have a land in this, I want to sell. And then I'm like, I can't. Because it takes a while to liquidate real estate. It's normal. Real estate is not like crypto. You do chap, you get your money. That's why you lose your money chap too. So it takes a while to liquidate. Now, the problem now is somebody has a problem of 2 million, but has a land of 6 million or 10 million. In order to solve his 2 million naira problem, you have to sell the 10 million naira land. Not even looking at the time to take sell 10 million. The problem now is you lose your land because of 2 million naira problem. That's why when you are doing real estate, the first thing you should focus on, especially as an investor, is rental properties. There's something I used to tell my investors that wait for land. You use your rents to buy land. Buy property that will give you rent first. When you collect that rent, use that rent to buy land. Because next year, you'll get another rent. So rental properties saves, right? So John that saved 3 million, 6 million or 12 million, the best option for John is to actually invest it in something that will be paying him, whether it's monthly, it's weekly or yearly. Because with long list now, there are different plans. Like if you get Chester 2, you'll be getting your money monthly. So it's some you get 150K monthly, 140K, some 300K monthly. Now that means if they fire John, it get as it be, at least you can buy groceries and some other things. Last, without 150, how much is groceries? It's not that expensive. But if John doesn't have such investment, he start running helter skelter, trying to sell one asset there. Maybe he would have sold his car, sold this, sold this, that, so that he can. I have real life clients that have experienced this. They had money, they lost their job. Now they are focused on their rental property, running shortlet with it. Now that's what takes care of their family. That's the important. Now, what does long lease do? Long lease give people the option to enter that market cheaply. If you want to buy a property, a full property for rental income, right, in good areas, you have to spend like 30, 40, 50 million. It's normal. You want to buy a house. You know, when you just make your new money, you go to Lekki, you buy one house painted white and black. Literally, all the houses in Lekki is painted white and black. You stand in front of the house. New house, new whip. Now, to get that is a lot of money. 80 million, 100 million. Now, even to see studio or one bedroom is hard sale for outright sale. I think we have one, and maybe like two other developers I've seen that do studio one bedroom for outright sale. So it's very expensive to enter the rental income market. Like, you need serious money. So John cannot afford to do that. But if John has 6 million, he can get long lease. Now John takes his 6 million, buys a studio. Let's say I'll use my project in Chester One. Chester One, you see, I think it's 6 million for the studio. John now starts running shortlet on it. John is now making 150 monthly. It means that if John ever needs money, he get as to be red. Every year, John will get 1.8 million for the next 20 years. So if they fire him today, he'll probably have 20 years to get back on his feet. If after 20 years he not get back on his feet, that his feet has finished. There's nothing. That feet can never work again. 20 years, they are giving 1.8 million every year. You still cannot get back on your feet. Your feet has issues. Just don't worry about it anymore. So that is what long lease do for people. Backup. Now, as a realtor, you need to understand one thing. You are helping your customers. I'm telling you this story from this perspective because you need to understand what you are doing for your customers. You are helping them. You are like over helping them. How much commission will you get? I have a client. She bought a studio in 2021 for 2.7 million, 20 years. Now she's selling for 4.5. She has collected 2 years rent already. Now she's selling 18 years for 4.5. Now 2 years rent is about 1 million plus 4.5, that's 5.5. How much profit did she make? About 2.8. My commission was 5% of, let's even say 10%. What's 10% of 2.7? 270. So me, I collect 270. You collect 2.8. Who help you? So they are not helping you. Because you to have that vibes when you are attending to customer, you're like, you are trying to please, ma. I used to tell myself, we'll never thank anybody for buying property from you. Don't tell them thank you. Say congratulations on acquiring this property. Congratulations, you are the one that won. See how much you are going to make. Some of them end up making, they will invest 6 million now, end up making 50 million. They won't give you anything inside. If you won't text them and say, I'll fire me with 2K, they will not give you. So you are helping them. So what Lease do for people is create that backup at a very, very cheap price. Now there is one thing that even me myself, I started working on it this year. Is you look at yourself and say, okay, what will be my living expense? Like if I want to survive in this country now and enjoy my current lifestyle, how much do I have to make a year? Right? I thought about it and I came up with anything between 8 to 10 million. Should be able to pay my rent, for my car, fund maybe whenever I want to change my car, things like that. So 8 to 10 million. Now, what's my goal? Get enough lease properties for myself, not my company, because company money is different from your own money. For my own self, get enough lease property that can give me this amount of money every year. I did the math for Chester 2, Chester 2 is the one we do for shortlet. We manage for you. That's another thing we do in Flinks. We help the clients manage. So all these tenants wahala, because tenants God, they have wahala. Even me myself, they don't have my number because our wahala is too much. I cannot deal. So I have somebody that they call. When it gets too serious, he will tell me. I'll tell him what to do. That's it. So in Chester 2, I did the maths. I'll need 5 studios. 5 studios is about 45 million. It comes furnished and everything. It's 99 million because of it's furnished, the service, 24 hours electricity, everything. So with 5 studios, now 5 studios is 45 million. So all I have to do is invest 45 million and I'll be getting 8 to 10 million. Not counting rental increase, because in the next 5 years, that 8 to 10 million will probably be up to 15 million yearly. So if I invest 45 million, I'll be getting 8 to 10 million every year, guaranteed. I know for the next 20 years, I don't have to worry. If tomorrow now one thing, get as it be, one thing or the other happen, I'm safe. No, because I always think of really disturbing things like, okay, I'm driving, I get an accident, I can't walk. What happens then? My short let apartment that somebody else is managing for me will pay me for that year. I know that myself. Then maybe I'll now look for skill for people that cannot work. Do one working at home, something where I press computer every time. Because sales, I have to work. Do I have to? Do I have to walk around? First, I think I can make it work. I think clients will even pity me like, this guy is working hard and he's inside a wheelchair. He's trying. Let's buy from him. Plus the way I used to talk safe, they will believe me. So with that, once I have that, I know that I'm safe for 20 years. Now, here's my phase 2 of the plan. Since I'm still working, I don't need the 8 to 10 million now. So what do I do with the 8 to 10 million? I use it to invest in things that now outlive 20 years. I start buying full properties. Like we have one project, Leeds. In Leeds now, a studio is about 15 million. So I can, 2 years money, buy one of that. That one is forever. So before anything will happen to me, I've now had like maybe another 8 to 10 properties that I've bought with my rent that is forever, that I know that, okay, now I can even stop working. This working thing is too much. This work I'm even tired myself. People are complaining AI will take their job. I want AI to come and take my own. I don't want my job. AI come and collect it. I'll pay him $50 monthly. Be doing it. I'll collect the money. So with the 10 million now, I can put this in crypto. No, those investments are not bad, right? They are just not what you should do when you don't have money you can lose. I cannot put 10 million in crypto and know that if I lose that 10 million, next year I'll get another 10 million. I cannot put it in stock market and I don't need it. I cannot put it in the bike business or Uber business, knowing that worst come to worst, no, I go just collect my money back, lock up. Even if I lose the money, I'll collect it next year. It's less painful when you lose money from your rent. You know, okay, I've lost it. It's painful, but next year I'll get now. Than when you lose your capital. If I've lost money. You can't do business without losing money. I've lost money. I think the first one that paid me the most was like 400K. Built one project. It was like a renovation deal. Finished building it. Started hearing stories. I had to now break everything. I still remember I was pained. But don't worry, I've got used to pain now. I've lost 10 million, 20 million. I did not die. So I'm still here. You will lose money in business. It's normal. But you also make money too. So that is the main thing Lease offer. That is the major thing. So there are a lot of John Does. There are a lot of John in Nigeria. Like a lot of Johns. Some make 500, some make 700, some make 1 million, some make 2 million. Now your job is find them and preach to them this opportunity they can be a part of. And then you get good commissions from it. Find them, preach that. Because that long list, there is no other place they want to find something that safe, that secure, that protected. There is no other investment out there. I've been in real estate for more than 6 years. And one thing I like about real estate is you never lose all your money. Even when you enter bad deals, you can still, salvage it. Like worst come to worst, you always have a way to salvage it. I'm not saying there's no bad deals. Bad deals, I have been in a couple of them. But at the end of the day, there was one I entered, putting like 30 million. Now I'm selling it. I'm collecting 11 million back. It's a bad deal, but I got my 11 million out of 13, but it's still a win is a win. So that's the good thing about real estate. It's not the one where my money in crypto, I didn't even know who to hold for that thing. Does anybody have anybody's number I can call? I need to call somebody. I need to talk to somebody. I'm tired of talking to that app. That app does not understand that they've carried my money. Right? At least you can always salvage it. So the opportunity there is very huge. Now, if you have clients that maybe they have up to 100 million, 200 million, long list is not for them. There is no need for you to force it down their throat. Except there are other ways those ones can do. If they buy the whole house at a cheap rate, it's also very profitable for them. You can buy it at a cheap rate because if you come and meet me that I have a client I want to pay 100 million for this, my prices will come down. 100 million once. So let me talk to the person. Prices will come very down safe. I'll collect the money, finish the work. They will collect their work. That way they can get higher value. Because if you take, let's say that 45 million now, that will give me 10 million. If I take it, I want to buy a house. Let's say I even see in Yaba. Maybe I see one 2 bedroom, which is rare to even see in Yaba. 2 bedroom, 45 million. There was one somewhere was marketing, 1 bedroom, 60 million in Yaba here. I was like, Yaba don't the hot though. Yaba is not very hot. So 45 million, let's say I find one 45 million, maybe I'll sit in a jar. What would be the rent? Probably like 2, 3 million. 2, 3 million, maybe 4. But if I put it in lease, I get 8 to up to 12 sef. There's a way you can do it. You can get up to 12 with lease. So I get like 3 times the value. So I know that I'm well taken care of. So that's the main thing. It's 15 minutes not past. It's past, Abby. It's like they just want me to keep talking. So that's the main thing with the listing. That's the main catch. So different people now use it for different things. Like there's one client I have, they bought it for their mom. I like that story so much. So one bought 2 for the mom. The brother found out, then bought another 2 again. Now the mom lives in Ikorodu, is getting like 2 million every year. Just soft. For the next 20 years, she's just enjoying. That's people that are buying for their family members. There's one client, me and I used to talk a lot. She's my friend. She once called me, she was like, Bright, who is your highest customer? Who has bought the most? Give me the number. I want to pass that person. I was like, very good customer. So we used to talk. Our own plan is when she comes back to Nigeria, she will stay in one of the lease units in 1 bedroom. Know that she's not paying rent again. Then she has like another 4 or 5. Those ones, the rent is what she used to live. She just stay in Nigeria, be collecting rent every year. She doesn't have to work. So if the rent is 6 million, for an elderly person, 6 million a year, you are not paying rent. What are you? It's only food. I know them, it's food. Maybe car fueling, but I don't think she'll be going out that often. So this is what we provide with long lease. You can retire on it, have it as a backup income for your client. So talk to them. If you are talking to your clients, please remember you are the doctor. You are the one going to help your customers. They will make more money than you. They will make more money than you. That money they are giving you is small. They will give you 200k, 300k, sometimes 1 million. They go on to make 50. So this is what we push, and this is what long list provide. Thank you very much. Bright, okay. Okay. Questions? Okay, yes. Does anybody have questions?
Does anybody have questions? I want to take 1 or 2 questions. No questions.
Okay, okay, you have.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bright, for that enlightening session. So I just wanted to ask, this is one way to, preach leads to people.
Yeah.
So if a client comes to you and it's like, okay, yeah, I want a specific location, and in your portfolio you don't have anything in that location, and you're trying to make client understand that, okay, how this works is it makes you money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can live in it. Let's use Flint, the leads to or Chester, for example. I mean, you can whenever you come to Nigeria, you can
Can
stay in
you?
this
Yeah.
for a while. But the idea is to make you money. So how do you convince such a client that just look away from the location for a bit and focus on this?
Okay. So yeah, what you said is true because a lot of clients they do investment emotionally. So sometimes you see you come for inspection, they are telling you the house is not like this. They are, okay, it's the money that is invented. So what I usually do is give them context, right? What to compare what you're offering them with. So let's say I offer them long list in Sule. They are like, oh, I want in Lekki because I get a lot of I want in Lekki. Go online, go on Nigerian Property Center, get one from Lekki, call the person. Usually the prices are always ridiculous. Get that one. Talk to the agent. Hey, what's up? I have a client for your property. Send it to the client. Now the client have context. So do you want this one in Lekki? Then you do the math. Do you want this one that is like this, or you want this one? The good thing with that strategy is you win both ways. So if they pay for the one for Lekki, you win. If they realize that wow, this Lekki own is not good, they go for the other one, you also win. I always do that, especially when like I use it a lot when I was doing rental. Rental, it works magic. So you have a house you want to sell. Let's say this is the house I want to sell. I'll have two other houses. Okay, hostel. When we was marketing hostel, so I have this hostel I want to sell. Then I'll get two options. One that is finer but very expensive, one that is ugly, like really ugly. There's one hostel. If you go, you will see girls smoking weed on the balcony. It's not really a student hostel. It's probably more of people that have, all those kind of jobs. Those jobs. They'll be smoking in the hostel. So I have that. Now, those are the three options. I first take them to the one I want to sell. They will look at it. Oh, okay, this one looks good. They'll be like, either if the complaint is it's too expensive, I will now take them to the one that is ridiculously cheap but terrible. So now they have context. Now they're like, okay, this one is cheap, but I'd rather die than my child to live in this hostel. All of a sudden, they will now come back. The negotiation is different. It's almost like you're begging now for this one, do something for me now, please. Even if it's 5K, just remove 5K. You win. This one, I already have a deal with this guy. Even if they go for here, I still make commissions. Same thing if they're like, this middle one is not fine enough, I'll now take them to the really see that one there. There is no way you enter that house and say it's not fine. Exquisite. Everything is like you're in five-star hotel, but the price is almost double of the other one. So if they now go there, see that one, they're now context. Now they have context. So it's not a problem of me anymore. The problem now moves to the customer. That oh, it's you that cannot afford it. You cannot afford it, or you don't like what is cheap. So you can get them the other location, or you can even say, okay, there's no lease. Let's say they say Ikoyi now, and you can't find lease in Ikoyi. Get them property in Ikoyi regardless. Send them Ikoyi price. I had a client that was telling me we're talking. He was like, "This tiles, you did not tile it well. The property is in Fade. You did not tile it well. In my house, that's not how they did it. In my house, this. In my house, that." I checked her address when she filled form. She stays in Banana Island. The house is 2.7 million for 20 years. And she's comparing it to Banana Island. 2.7 has not even paid her service charge. Her yearly service charge, 2.7 has not paid it. Context. So because that's the only reference point she has, the way they did it in her house, she will consistently judge that property based off that. But if you give them more context, show them something else, now they have more context. Okay, oh, makes sense. So you can get them Ikoyi, send it to them. This is what is in Ikoyi, say you will pay. If they pay, you get your commission. If they realize that more, my hand no go reach Ikoyi, make I just do this way, this Solero. So that's how you go about that. Yeah, thank you. Any other question? Or I think you had a question. Yeah, please.
Sorry, my question goes this way. Have you ever had a client that tried reviewing visual
After 20 years,
or maybe 15 years?
15 years, okay. If you remove 20 years or 15 years from, from my age, what will be left? Will be very small, like I'll probably be in primary school then. I'm really young, so I've not. If you move 20 years from my age, so the thing is, they always ask for that. Now, here's what usually happens. What I tell them is when that time comes, we'll give you info. Now, what I heard is from other developers is usually the families of those properties. We developers we have lease to there. So the reason why we are selling 20 years is probably because we only have 21-year lease on the property or 22-year lease. So we have lease there. So what I heard was usually before the end of the 20 something years, most times, a lot of times, let me put that, a lot of times, the families will come and approach you that want to sell the property to you because you have rights. They can't sell it without you. So it will be a lot easier for them to sell to you than to start looking for buyer. And that buyer, if they get the buyer, the first thing the buyer has to do is compensate you first. So you have to now work on the money, reach out to your client. They will bring their request. They have to settle down first before they can sell. So usually it's a lot easier for them to just sell it to you. So when they come to you, they say they want to sell, then you talk terms with them. So there's possibility of renewal. But me, if what I usually think that if eventually some of these lease projects they sell it to me, I won't want to renew lease with them. I would ask them, okay, is it that you are buying the next one, or you just leave after your 20 years? I will just continue collecting the rent on it. So that's what. But what I usually tell them is before that 20 years, I'll give you feedback on if you can renew or when you can renew, but it's not certain that you can renew. But a lot of customers always ask about renewal. So that's how that goes.